Hello. So you want some new shoes? Well, good. I have got some information for you. So stick through this video and hopefully you'll learn something new that you didn't already know about how to pick out some shoes. Hey, good morning everybody. So it is a Monday. It's early in the morning. Got the headlamp on, got my reflective vest on. That way we stay safe while we're out there running. I'm just going for a run. I don't know how far I'm going or how long I'm going to be out, but I'm just going for a run. I'll be back in a little bit and get this Monday kicked off. All right, well, there you have it. Nothing spectacular by any stretch of the imagination. It was just a nice little 4-mile run. Knee is still not 100%, but today was more just getting out and moving than like having a plan. You know, just getting out and running. Tried to stay somewhat in zone 2, didn't really work. Got into zone 3 and 4 a couple times, but just testing out the knee, seeing how it's feeling. So that's it for today, guys. Nothing spectacular. Didn't feel that great of a run. Legs felt heavy, weak. I am getting over a cold that I had this last week, so maybe that's got a lot to do with it as well, but just was not a great run. Oh well, there's always tomorrow. All right, guys, till the next one. Hey there guys, thanks for hanging out. Thank you for watching that little clip of me going on a not so glamorous run at the beginning of the week here. So last week I did catch a cold. I'm not sure exactly what it was, but I had a fever, had some night sweat, you know, just the gross stuff of being sick. So feeling much better now. It's been about a week since that happened, so feeling a-okay. Knee is still a little wonky. My left knee is still giving me a little bit of fits, but stretching and recovery hopefully will take care of that. No big problems there, hopefully. Fingers crossed. So I want to talk about running shoes and how to pick out the right ones. What I tend to do myself personally, I like going to the actual running store. I've been to like Roadrunner, Foot Locker, you know, all these different places that have a treadmill. I want somebody to watch me run. I want my foot to be mapped. There's a couple different places that I've been where they actually had some sort of technology where you walk across it a few times and it maps out your foot and shows you how high your arch is, how low your arch is, whether you have flat feet, whether you heel strike more when you're walking. And then I like having somebody that has a treadmill set up with a camera on the backside to watch how my feet are hitting as I'm running. So I'm looking for if I'm heel striking, midfoot, toe strike, if I'm rolling my ankles in or out while I'm landing the foot on the treadmill. So those are all things to take into consideration. The other thing I do is I try on about 7 or 8 pairs of shoes each and every time I go in. I've ran in just about every running shoe out there. Brand anyway, not sub brands, but you know, Saucony, Brooks, Asics, New Balance, Nike, Adidas, ran in them all. But I still try on several different pairs each and every time I go in. I get to the point where I'll have one shoe on one foot, one on the other. You know, I'll be on the treadmill with 2 different shoes on and, you know, just looking weird. But I want to make sure, since I'm going to be spending a lot of time in those shoes while I'm running, I want to make sure there's 0 issues at the running store. And what I mean by that is if I feel one little thing that's not feeling right, not feeling good, I don't choose that shoe, because if it's not feeling good right then and there, it's not gonna fix itself. Let me try that again. It's not gonna fix itself down the road. It's just gonna amplify longer and longer. So if I start getting like a hot spot, if I feel a little rubbing while I'm in those shoes running on the treadmill, that's a no-go for me, because that's just gonna get worse with time, gonna develop blisters, calluses, and I don't need that. So I am at the point where I'm pretty bougie about choosing my running shoe and the process that I go through. A couple things to look for is proper fitment. Now, you don't want your toes all the way up on the edge of the shoe here. That's going to just create black toenails. You're going to lose toenails left and right with your running if you do that. What you want to look for is the proper fitment. So the ball of your foot needs to be landing in the center of the shoe here, right? Makes sense, right? Because that's where all the padding is. The padding's not up here. The padding's not back here. It's right in the forefoot area of the shoe. Some people have longer toes than others. Some people have shorter toes than others. So what you want to measure off of is the ball of your foot. And also, if you're a heel striker, make sure you get a shoe that's got good padding in the back end as well. These are the Hoka Cliftons that I've been running in a lot. As you can see, the tread is pretty well worn. I've got well over 500 miles on these shoes, probably closer to 600 or 700. And then these are the New Balances that I've been running in. It's a lighter weight shoe, but you can see too, that tread is all but gone on these shoes as well. Very, very worn shoe. Again, several hundred miles on them, probably 500-600 miles, something like that. Generally, you want to keep your shoes for about 500 miles, 400 to 500, depending on the amount of running you're doing and how active you are in there. After that, the stability of the shoes starts to break down. You can start rolling ankles, having a little pronation, supination of the ankles. So you definitely want to keep those replaced. I have been bad lately about doing that. I just haven't gone out and bought new shoes. I recently moved about a year ago, and there's no good running stores here in the town that I live in. So I'm having to think about actually ordering shoes online. But I have done enough shoe fitments, and I know what size to get. It's actually about a half size bigger than my normal everyday walking shoes, beating around town shoes. It's about a half size bigger just because of where the ball of my foot lands on the shoe. So these are about a half size bigger than what I normally wear around town, but the ball of my foot hits right where it needs to. So I don't go off of size. You shouldn't just go off of size. If you wear a 9.5, don't just go buy a 9.5 at like Big 5 Sporting Goods and call it a day. You need to make sure that your foot is properly fitted into the shoe, or the shoe is properly fitted to your foot. Spend a little time, go to a known, reputable running store, have them watch you, have them measure you, all that good stuff. If you are going to buy online, make sure you got like 90 days return or 30 days return, whatever it is. Make sure that they've got a good return policy so that you can return these shoes if you need to. And other than that, that's pretty much the basics of how to pick out a good running shoe. Is try them on, see how they feel. Most running stores will let you run in them a little bit, either on the treadmill or maybe outside, just down and around the block and whatnot. If you feel something funky, then hey, move on to a different shoe. Find the one that works the best for you. It doesn't necessarily have to be those new Nike shoes that everybody else is wearing. Who cares what everybody else is wearing? It may not be the right shoe for you. So you need to find the right shoe for you. Like I said, I've loved these New Balances, but the last time I went in to try on shoes, the Hokas, they felt better than the New Balances. There was no issue with the New Balances. New Balances were fine, but for whatever reason at that time, the Hokas felt better. So I went with the Hokas. Now, be ready to spend anywhere between, $90 to $170, depending on how good of a shoe you go with. If you're just starting off, no, you don't need top of the line $180, runners. You don't. It's not going to affect you that greatly. You can go with like $110, $120 pair. Look for sales. Some of these running stores have previously used shoes. Somebody that ran in them for a little while decided they didn't like them, so they returned them. And they have those on clearance. So maybe you find the shoe that you like, go check out the clearance rack, see if they've got those shoes on there in your size. Other than that, guys, that's about all I've got for running shoes. Hopefully this has helped you figure out what type of running shoe and how to properly fit it to your foot. If you can think of anything else, any questions, leave them in the comments down below, and I'll definitely answer those questions as they pop up. So other than that, guys, hopefully you have a wonderful week. Sorry there wasn't much running this week, but like I said, I was pretty sick last week. Have recovered, went out on Monday. Wasn't a great run, but wanted to get the legs moving and shook out and just kind of get out and moving. But it still was not a beautiful run, so I haven't ran since then. Probably won't run until maybe this weekend, maybe next week. We'll see what happens. So anyway, guys, thanks as always for watching. I appreciate all the support. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up, the subscribe, and the bell notification. That way you get notified each and every time I upload a new video. Should be every Wednesday, has been every Wednesday for quite some time now, so hopefully we'll keep that ball rolling. All right, guys, until next time, run often and run happy.